No matter if you sell with VAT exemption or 0% VAT rate, you don't add to your price VAT amount. So doesn't mean it's just nomenclature and all of the results are the same, exemptions the same as 0% VAT rate. Well, not really. And in this short video, I'd like to show you briefly how this exemption and 0% VAT rate differ, what is a very visible difference between the two. And we will do this on the example of two entrepreneurs. So let's talk about two heroes of our story. First, Tomek. Tomek is a doctor. He provides only medical care services, and these services are exempt from VAT. Tomek rents a commercial space where he runs his practice. Each month, he pays rent, and the amount of rent is 4,000 zlotys net plus 920 zlotys VAT. It is because standard VAT rate in Poland is 23%. Recently, Tomek attended a business management training for which he paid 5,000 zlotys net and 1,150 zlotys of VAT. And this is Tomek. Now let's talk about Karol. Karol runs a grocery store. In January 2024, he sold some goods such as bananas, apples, butter at 0% VAT rate. This 0% VAT rate is connected to some measures which were introduced because of difficult economic situations, especially because of COVID. And for some time in Poland, sale of some goods such as basically food like fruit, vegetables, it was rated at 0%. And these goods were also purchased from suppliers and with 0% VAT rate. And Karol also spends some money every month. So similarly to Tomek, he rents a commercial space, and as you can see, we put the same amount of expense, right? So like he pays 4,000 zlotys net plus VAT amount 920 zlotys. And also Karol attended a business management training for which he paid similar amount, the same amount as Tomek. So now let's talk about sales. When Tomek sell his medical services to his patients, he charges them some money, but he does not add VAT amount to this. So the patient doesn't pay VAT amount to Tomek, and also Tomek, he doesn't pay any VAT because of providing the services to the tax office. And similarly, Karol, when he sold these apples in January 2024, because there were 0% rated at 0% VAT, he also didn't charge any VAT to his clients. So at this point, both exemption and 0% VAT, they seem to have the same effect. But this is sale. Let's go to the other side right now, because as we mentioned, both Tomek and Karol, they also have some expenses. They also have some costs. So maybe there is some difference there. So now let's look at purchases. Tomek and Karol, as you can see, had the same purchases, the same amounts, both of net and VAT. And now, in case of Tomek, who is exempt from VAT, who provides services which are exempt from VAT, he cannot deduct any of the VAT which is on his purchase invoices, because when you provide just exempt services, so you don't charge VAT on your sale, so you are not able to deduct any VAT from your purchases. But the situation is different in case of Carol. Even though he also doesn't charge VAT or didn't charge VAT in the past, right? In this period when the VAT rate was 0%, even though he didn't charge VAT, he still was able to deduct VAT from purchase invoices. So if all the sales of Carol were 0% rated, but he had also these like general expenses, he could still deduct these amounts from purchase invoices. So like he could claim refund of VAT, right? He could ask the tax office to refund these VAT amounts. So this is the huge difference between the two. Of course, there are more differences. For instance, if the taxpayer is exempt, so like Tomek only provides these services, so he doesn't even have to register as VAT taxpayer. So he has less obligation, less work every month regarding VAT issues. And Carol does have to register for VAT, even though he doesn't charge VAT on his sales, but this is taxed. His sales is taxed. It is just this is taxed with 0% VAT. I hope this was helpful, and I hope that now you're clear or a bit more clearer what's the difference between the two. So exemption is not the same as 0% VAT rate.